Hey everyone, my name is Caitlin and I'm a team leader here with Usborne, and I really just wanted to take a few minutes to give you guys a little tutorial on this Teaching Tuesday on how to make your own graphics. So for starters, I want to start here at the UBAM Home Office Branding Facebook group. This is a super great resource for you as a consultant, even if you never plan to make your own graphics. Home Office will constantly give us graphics and images that we can share and use in our business, valuable information. So I would definitely suggest, if you're not a part of this group, letting your team leader know so that they can add you. You can come over here to albums and see our day of UBAM pictures, our customer specials, new titles, all kinds of stuff. But what I want to focus on for just a few minutes is just what's here in the files. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of our files page, you'll see what we're going to be using today, and that's logos for Canva, design elements for Canva, and reading pictures for Canva. They're all in a zip file, but once you download it and open it onto your computer, you'll have access to all the images inside. So these are super important and really great resources for you as you're making your own graphics. The logos are going to be like your educational consultant logo, independent consultant logo, things like that. Design elements are going to be what you see. A lot of people use like banners and ribbons and things like that that are from home office, and then the reading pictures are just like stacks of books or pictures of kids reading that we can add to our graphics as well. So those are really great options for you. I usually just like to keep them downloaded on my computer so I have easy access to them. And next I want to show you the branding guide. So our branding guide, I've already got it downloaded here to show you, is chock full of information. Even if you don't plan on making your own graphics, I would highly suggest reading through this branding guide. There's lots of great information just for being a consultant. It talks about our brand, talks about our mission, core values, using the correct company name when you're referring to the company, all kinds of stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and we're going to focus on our color palette, our fonts, and some of the design elements. So this color palette is these are the colors that Home Office wants us to use, not only for graphics, but say we made some kind of, anything that we make that has Usborne's name on it needs to be made with these colors. So the primary company color, obviously, is this purple. So this hex number is what we're going to need to use when going over to Canva, and I'll show you guys that in just a few minutes. So purple is our primary color. You should definitely have some purple on your picture somewhere. And then our secondary colors are in order, shown left to right. So blue, then green, then pink, then orange. So whenever you're making graphics, just keep that in mind. Our secondary colors, and just know that these are here for you to use. These hex colors, these hex numbers will give you the exact color in Canva that you need, so it will match up perfectly. And then if you scroll down here and you check out our fonts, you'll see you've got our core fonts over here on the left. Those are the fonts that they want us to use if we can. And then if you can't, they ask us to use the substitute fonts, which are Aleo, ClickerScript, and Arial. And all three of those fonts right here on the right, all the substitute fonts are already loaded into Canva. So you don't have to upload your own fonts or anything like that. It's super easy. They're already there for you. So typically I just use Aleo and ClickerScript for all of my fonts. And it kind of tells you right here, Aleo should be used for web banner headlines, main headers. ClickerScript should be used for like standouts, calls to action, things that you really want to stand out on your page. And then a main body of text, details, disclaimers would be Arial. So if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see some of these design elements I was telling you about with the dotted lines, the wave, the ribbon, and then the banners over here on the left. If you keep scrolling, you'll see some tips to use when making graphics and some Q&A. So I'm going to bring us back up here to the color so we can have that available when we need it. And we're going to go back over here and we're going to go ahead and get started in Canva. So Canva is, in my opinion, one of the easiest graphic editing tools to use. You can use, there's lots out there, I think PicMonkey, Red Stamp, tons that you can use. For me, Canva has been the best as far as keeping things that I want organized and things like that. On my phone, it's a little bit more difficult. I really like to use it on my computer. So if you've tried it on your phone and you were really overwhelmed, don't fear, come use it on your computer. It's so much easier. So I know all these designs up here can kind of be a little bit overwhelming. You're not really sure what to choose. I always just used my own custom dimensions. When you're just doing a typical Facebook post, 800 by 800 pixels would be totally fine. Now, if you're doing a graphic that is like for an event cover, like a cover photo, or a graphic that needs to be a little bit different size, then you'll need to do different dimensions. But for a standard post, you can use your 800 by 800 pixels. And that'll just give you a good square. It's a good size. You can really see all the font and everything like that. So now we've got our blank canvas. So just kind of going down on the left over here, you've got some design elements that Canva provides. You've got your text. You have your background. This is where I would put in any kind of background I wanted to use. So say I wanted to do a little pattern. I know a lot of people like to do the cross hatching like that. Or maybe I wanted to make it a solid color. So that's where I would go to do this. For this design, I'm just going to make it white. And I'm going to show you guys really quickly. This is the design that I'm going to show you guys how to make. So just a really simple graphic that just shows some of our books that are great for, Easter that's coming up. And so I won't show you how to make the entire thing, but I do want to just point out a couple of different elements that you can use. So we're going to do a white background. I'm going to come down here to uploads. So all of these design elements, this ribbon banner down here at the bottom, the independent consultant logo, the ribbon at the top up here, all of those design elements I already have uploaded from the Home Office Branding Facebook group into my Canva. So those are already down here loaded. Now if you're starting out brand new, you're going to need to go download those from the Facebook group like I told you just a few minutes ago. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little striped ribbon down here at the bottom. I know I want that to be down here. And then I also know that I need to have my independent consultant logo. Any graphic that we make must have this logo. Home Office has said that in order for them to be able to distinguish, in order for customers to be able to distinguish between independent consultant graphics and Home Office graphics, all independent consultants must have this logo on their graphic. Now, if you are an EC and you're making something for a school or library, there's an educational consultant logo that you can use as well. But any graphic made by any of us must have the independent consultant logo at the bottom or somewhere visible on your graphic. So that takes care of some of the design elements on the bottom. And then I know I really want a big header up at the top. I'm going to choose purple, but I could choose any of these little ribbon banners over here. And move it over here to the top, and I'm going to make it pretty big so that it's, it really draws attention so you can really see it. So that's where I'm going to put my title. So now I'm ready to add a little bit of text on top of it. I'm going to come over here to the text, and I'm going to add a heading. And my heading is going to be Easter Bunny Favorites. Now, obviously, I need to change the font. I'm going to make it Aleo. Aleo is the heading that they want us to use. I'm going to make it white so it really pops out on that purple background. Push it up over to this banner. There. Now, if I wanted to make it 2 lines, I could do that. Move it up a little bit. You can really do it however you want. I'm a little bit OCD, so I really like to have my graphics, everything lined up really perfect. So I'm just going to center that really quick, and there we go. So Easter Bunny Favorites. Now I've got my title ready. I've got my banner at the bottom, my independent consultant logo. Now I want to add a little bit of an Easter flair to it. So I'm going to come over here to Elements, and I'm going to search up here in the bar. I'm going to say Easter Basket. You could search any number of things up there, spring or leprechaun if you wanted to do something for St. Patrick's Day. But I'm going to choose Easter basket. Now you're going to see some of these have a $1 on it, so that just means that you could pay $1 in order to be able to use that graphic. For me, I choose free graphics all the time, so I'm just going to choose this little Easter basket, and I'm going to size it down just like that. So now I've got my Easter basket. However, it's not really the colors that I want it to be. I want it to be a little bit more U-Band themed. So I'm going to click on my graphic, and it gives me the chance to change the colors up here. So all I do is I'm going to pick a color, and I'm going to change that one to purple, and maybe the middle one to green, and maybe the last one to blue. So now you'll see that all of my colors are UBAM colors. Now I'm going to show you guys really quick. You'll see this area that says brand colors right here. This is something really nifty that I found that Canva allows you to do. So back over here on my home page on Canva, if I come over here to the left side and go to your brand, it's going to take me to a place where I can put in my brand colors. Now I can only put in 3 unless I upgrade and pay to put in more, but this is actually really nifty because otherwise for every single color I wanted to put in for each new graphic, I would have to go to my document, like I would have to go hit the plus button, go back to my, branding guide, copy the number and put it in, and I would have to do that for every single graphic that I did. So whenever you're doing lots of graphics, it's really nifty to be able to put your brand colors right here. Like I said, it only allows me 3, so I just put the top 3 colors that they want us to use, the purple, blue, and green. But that way, they're all right there for if I ever want to use them. Okay, so say now it's time for us to start putting some book covers on there. So I'm going to go over to my e-commerce site and say I want to do That's Not My Bunny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Save Image As. I'm going to right click on this book right here and Save Image As. And I'm just going to call it That's Not My Bunny. And I've already saved this picture once, so I'm going to save it with the number 1 at the end. Now it's going to download and it's going to be saved on my desktop. So all I have to do is go over here, go down here to Uploads, scroll to the top, and upload your own images. So now I know it was on my desktop. It's called That's Not My Bunny. So I'm going to go open it. And as soon as it downloads, I can click on the picture and it'll come over here to my graphic. So then I can just resize it and move it around wherever I want to. Now something that's really important to note, if you have a graphic that's using the book covers in the graphic, the book covers cannot be covered up by anything. So say I put it up here or put it down here and it was covered up by this Easter basket. So say it was covered up by this Easter basket like this, that is actually a legal issue. They do not, legally we are not allowed to cover up any of the book cover in our graphics. So make sure that all of your book covers are completely visible, completely. So, and I did want to show you guys that little trick that I just did. So you see how my book cover is behind my basket. So say I wanted to bring it in front of my basket. I'm just going to click on my book cover, come up here to Arrange, and bring it forward. And that now brings it in front of my Easter basket, which is really nifty if you have something that's stuck behind something else and you want to bring it out front. So that's how you add a book cover, and you'll obviously be able to do that with as many book covers as you want. You'll see these are some of the books that I added for this Easter Bunny Favorites little graphic. I put a little thing down here like want to earn some for free, ask me how. So this may be something that I post in my VIP group or maybe even on my Facebook, my normal Facebook group or page for people to see. So that is how you just make kind of your standard graphic. There's lots of different things that you can do, lots of design elements you can do. We've got the dots here. We've got the flag banner. There's lots of ways that you could dress this up and make it look probably not a lot nicer than I can. I'm not super creative, so I generally just go with more basic, more simple. But if you are more creative, absolutely let your creative juices flow in this. This is something that's really fun and really beneficial for your business, knowing how to make your own graphics as well. So one more tip I did want to show you is that you can make graphics that have multiple pages. So say you wanted to make one big document with multiple pages, all you would have to do is click Add New Page down here, and it'll give you a brand new page to work with. Now if you wanted to copy this page, like duplicate it, so that you can make some minor edits, you would just hit this little button right here, say copy this page. Now I could change this to, another title where maybe it had like books about horses or books about, whatever. I could change that around and I didn't have to add in every single design element that I put in the first time. So those are just a couple nifty tricks that you can use when you're making your graphics. But like I said, absolutely get on Canva, learn all you can. There's tons of different things out there that you can do with Canva. I just wanted to show you guys just a few just so that you could get started. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions about any of this or need any help getting started. I'm always also looking to learn new things when it comes to this kind of stuff. So if you have any tips about Canva or any kind of graphic making that kind of builds on top of this, please let me know. I'm always wanting to learn new things. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining me on this Teaching Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.